has now collapsed a second time, this time in outright fraud, where 21 people right across the European financial markets were arrested last week in connection with what looks like one of the largest tax dodges ever seen in human history, based entirely on these bogus notional carbon credits, which are known by the boys in red braces on the London market as trading hot air. So, let me ask you a few questions. Do you want cap and trade? Let me ask you a different question. Do you have, in American speak, a word that kind of sums up what global warming is? Yes. I want to hear it from everybody. Global warming is? You can do it louder than that. Come on. Nobody's watching. Global warming is? Global warming is? Thank you. That's exactly what global warming is. And it is here. It is here in the United States of America, a nation that I so love. It is a privilege just to stand on the very soil of freedom. It is here that this will be decided in the next few months. For if America does not adopt this climate bill now, and you hold it off until the midterm elections, after which it can't be adopted, then that will bring the whole nonsense down worldwide, and it will slowly fade from the pages of the newspapers, from the columns of CNN. It will be gone forever. So you now need to talk to your elected representatives, particularly in the Senate, and you need to do this now. And you need to say to them, this bill shall not pass. Those are the words. This bill shall not pass. I want to hear it. This bill shall not pass. That's right. Because if you, through your elected Congress, and at least you still have an elected Congress. We have an elected Parliament, but it no longer has any power. We've given it all to the unelected commissars. That's the official German name for it. Commissars of the European Union. But you still have democracy. Democracy is a fragile and precious flower. Cherish it, nurture it well, and in these last few vital hours in which you can help to save the world from the nonsense peddled by our Gore, use it or lose it. So I want to end with the words of Sir Winston Churchill, addressed to your President during the very darkest days before the dawn of freedom, during the Second World War. This is what he wrote. From your poet, Longfellow. Sail on, O ship of state. Sail on, O Union, strong and great. Humanity, with all its fears, with all the hopes of future years, is hanging breathless on thy fate. I'll be delighted to take any questions you may have, though I hope that my message was entirely clear in all respects.
Lord Monckton, I don't know what this, the guy who was here, what he was smoking. I've been a UT graduate in 1985, chemical engineer. I've been doing air quality engineering consulting for over 20 years. I haven't met the 95% scientists in my profession that he's talking about. In fact, I can't find one. In fact, I'm really disappointed in American scientists in this debate. I'm appalled. would you say to American scientists who are afraid to step out like yourself? Because I've had so many people tell me, write me emails saying, I can't participate in this even though I believe it because my company is in with this global warming business, which is no longer really global warming, it's called climate change. They have to change it out of convenience. What would you say to American scientists to get us motivated?
Well, what my nanny used to say when I was dandled fondly on her knee. Actually, she hated me because I was a poisonous little child, and I haven't changed much since. But what she used to say is, tell the truth. And so I say that also to the scientific community. Tell the truth. What is the truth? The truth is, as I have shown it on these not particularly difficult slides, there is no acceleration in the rate of global warming. The only way they got away with suggesting that there was is by a statistical trick, which is obvious, naive, and just plain dishonest. That even if you clear away the rubbish and you add up the influences over the climate, you find that the largest influence by a long way over the last 50 years was the naturally occurring reduction in cloud cover over the 18 years from 1983 to 2001. Even if it were not the case that the UN has exaggerated prodigiously the warming effect of CO2 and all other greenhouse gases, economically speaking, it's still much more sensible to adapt to any consequences of our supposed interference with the climate than it is to try to prevent that interference from continuing. So the first message to scientists is tell the truth. But I know how difficult it can be for scientists to tell the truth. Because academia is no longer free. If you go to any college, like the lunatic asylum formerly known as the University of Tennessee, you will find there a series of interlocking academic committees, each of which had to approve the award of an honorary joke Mickey Mouse doctorate to Al Gore. All these committees had to approve it. Not one of them said, hang on a moment, there is a high court judgment standing out against this movie, saying that the Armageddon scenario that he depicts is not based on any scientific view. Are we therefore, in the law faculty of the lunatic asylum formerly known as the University of Tennessee, going to award a law degree to somebody against whom the law has pronounced judgment that his movie is multiply, serially, seriously bogus? Not one of those committees did so. And why? Because the left, the liberals, the radicals, the Marxists, the communists, or as we in England call them, the Obama administration, have taken over the university. And they do not allow dissent. It is forbidden. Now, one of the things that we used to be able to cherish in our universities, from the time when the earliest universities were established in Britain in the early Middle Ages, was the freedom of academics to allow their minds to wander wherever they wanted to wander in pursuit of the truth. That was the very essence of a university, that you should be able to follow your own inclinations, your own researches, wherever they might lead, without fear that some committee or another would say, no, that's not politically correct. That doesn't suit the Obama administration or the KGB or whoever it is that is influencing educational policy.